Here at Unit 13 for our technique, let's explore chords. How do we play a chord? Well, we bring in our arm weight. Need that heavy but relaxed arm coming into the key and then also coming out of the key. Notice the relaxation of the wrist pulling up. Dropping in and almost a circle and coming back up. So there's a time here of taking at the bottom, into the bottom, but rebounding out. How about the broken chord? Notice the upward wrist motion as we roll through the broken chord. We're exploring here the sus chord, aren't we? Our triad and the sus4. That sus4 is very similar in sound to our 5/7. Do we hear both of them have that F and G? What's interesting from a classical composer's standpoint is instead of thinking a sus4, classical composers often heard this as a 5/7 over the root, over the tonic note. So we have our G7 here, but instead of that C in the right hand, the C's in those string basses and in the cellos. It's a pretty nice sound. That's that 5/7 over the 1, if you will. Let's explore broken chords here and thinking similarly, basses and cellos, if you will. We can put a bass down here and an accompaniment here. Notice of the 5/7, we went to the G in the bass for the G7 chord. Step 5 in the bass for 5/7. Or how about this? Keep the C in the bass the whole time. I kind of like that sound. We learned that sus4, explore a sus2. In other words, C, D, and G. Instead of the third, we put in this step 2, just as for sus4, we substituted the step 4. So, sus4, so you can have some fun then exploring these little modifications in the chords. If you think of this, a chord by itself is going to get boring over time. So, these little suspensions, sus2, sus4, give some variety. It's a neighbor tone, if you will, to let that chord continue over a long period of time, or simply to add tension. All in all, it's adding expression, and that's what we're after.